Hi, good morning. I haven't done a little writing vlog in a little while, so I thought it maybe would be fun today to kind of do a day in the life. I have the entire day today set aside to get some writing done on my new book. I'm currently working on my 11th book, which is Her Name Was Lola. I write domestic suspense thriller books. I would like to get a big chunk of writing taken care of today. I'm starting to feel the pressure because I have the pre-order up for this book for January 27th. And we can talk a little bit about whether that was a great idea for me to do or a terrible idea. I was hoping it would be like just sort of this pressure and extra motivation for me to make sure I was getting the writing done consistently and on time. But I will tell you now, we're sort of sliding into the end of November, and I'm definitely beginning to feel a little bit panicked about being able to make that pre-order deadline. But anyway, we can talk about that a little bit later. But I'm looking at where I'm sitting right now. I'm looking at my manuscript right now, and I am at 65,000 words, and I think it's going to be, usually my books are about 90,000 words. So anyway, so maybe if I do a couple blogs, it'll inspire me or maybe just freak me out even a little bit more. But the first thing I want to get done this morning, I just kind of rolled out of bed and threw on some workout clothes, but I'm going to head down to my basement and get a little workout done first, because I always feel like if I get that done first, then it gets it out of the way and it's not hanging over my head all day long. And that's been a big priority of mine for the last several months. Is another thing I want to be consistent about, is just making sure I'm getting my daily workouts done, and it's been going really well, and I have been getting those in, but I find it usually works better if I get them done first thing in the morning. So let's go work out. I usually just turn the sound all the way off on the Peloton, and then I have my iPad in front of me and I just watch YouTube videos while I work out, which is kind of nice. And I actually sometimes say you don't get to watch YouTube videos unless you're doing something else, like folding laundry or working out or taking the dog for a walk or something like that. So it's like a reward for doing something productive or healthy instead of just sitting on the couch and watching other people be productive. So anyway, I'm gonna get started on this ride and I'll be back later. Okay, I just finished my 45-minute ride with Ben Aldris, although I love his voice and I love his music choices usually, but I just watched YouTube videos the whole time, so that's kind of nice. That way, I guess I just feel like I like watching YouTube videos, and I actually usually watch ones that are like educational, and I find those also entertaining, but there's just something about when I have a busy day, and I do have a lot of things kind of that I want to get done today, in addition to getting my writing done, to just kind of sit on the couch and watch them. And let's face it, once I start one, then I tend to roll into another and another. If I just kind of restrict it to, I have to either be like exercising or walking the dog or folding laundry on the couch or something like this, then it just kind of puts a boundary around it, and I don't just keep watching all day long. But anyway, I definitely feel like I ate that frog this morning and got that workout done. I just want to do a little bit of ab work. I'm not going to probably lift weights. I don't know. I'll see how I feel after I do the exercise. I use the exercise ball to do my work on my abs. Oh, that's my watch telling me that I closed a circle, probably the exercise ring. Anyway, I'm going to do that. I'm going to head upstairs and probably get another cup of tea, look at my planner for the day, and just kind of wrap my head, because I didn't actually fill out my daily planner for the day, but I usually do better if I just kind of sketch out what I want to get done and about when I want to get it done and continue on. So anyway, I'll be back soon. Actually, I did decide, in addition to doing the abs, sorry, I'm out of breath. I also decided to just I do these like, I am not, okay, let's be clear. I am not obviously a fitness influencer. I don't know what I'm talking about, so don't listen to me, but I like to do these like combined squats, bicep curls, and then I don't even know what they call it, like lift the weight over my head. I'll see if I can get some video of it. So I decided to go ahead and do some of those too. I like them because they're sort of like, it's like weightlifting to strength training for like the lazy person who doesn't really feel like doing the things, all the different things the way you're supposed to do them. So I feel like they hit the muscles that are like critical, I guess, for me. But again, obviously not any kind of fitness influencer, and will be the first one to tell you I have no idea what I'm talking about, but it's just what I like to do. And I definitely can tell, like, it makes me, when I do it regularly, I do feel stronger, just around the house and also at work, because, my job, flight attendant, a lot of squatting and lifting and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it helps out, and I feel like I'm at least getting something done. If I go to the gym, I actually do more, like I use those weighted machines, and I kind of go around on a circuit and do those, and I feel like I probably hit more of the muscles, and I spend longer time there. But I feel like when I work out at home, it's I need to get it, I want to get it done, and I'm here, and it's convenient, and it doesn't take up like a ton of time. Whereas if I go to the gym, then I'm setting aside like 2 hours to actually work out, like do my cardio, do my weightlifting, and then oftentimes I'll like treat myself to like the sauna or the street steam room, something like this, and I'll actually get ready there. So maybe I will either do that tomorrow, because I try to alternate like workout at home or the gym type of thing. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm doing. Just my little at-home 50-year-old lady squats. Who knows if they're if they're inappropriate. Don't do as I do or say. I guess that's my disclaimer. That's just what I do. So anyway, I guess I could share the space a little bit. So it's funny because I've actually been a lot more motivated to work out at home, because my husband and I have slowly been kind of working on transforming our basement. My son, he moved out about 6 months ago, and we've slowly been kind of repurposing this space. We like changed out the floor. Let me turn the camera around. I'll show you. So we switched out to the floor to this, it's just like a pergo type laminate. There was carpet down here. So this is so much easier to clean. And so this is obviously all the still work in progress materials. I'm working on getting the walls painted down here that I just do myself. You can see I did some patchwork over there and over by the Peloton. But anyway, so we got the floor redone down here, and then we moved the Peloton down here, and we had this little weight set. I just got these weights from like Costco. They weren't too expensive, and they came with that kind of triangle holder. I'm sure it has a proper name. I don't know what it is. But it's just kind of great for home. And so then I use that stability ball to do my ab work. And I have a couple kettlebells. Although I really did hurt my back it was like last month. I was out of commission for a while because I was doing kettlebell swings. And then the dog he left, Toto, was down here. And I was worried that I was going to bonk him with a kettlebell. And so I sort of stopped mid-swing and wanked the heck out of my back. And so I was in like a ton of pain. And so I've been a little bit nervous. I love kettlebell swings. I think that they're really like super effective, like almost kind of like a cardio slash strength workout training. However, since I hurt myself, I have been a little bit afraid to do them. So I don't know, maybe I will try again with like the lightest weight, but it took me so long. I mean, when you get old, it takes forever for stuff to heal. It took me so long. I was really worried about my back. I mean, you get older, you get hurt. You're just kind of like, oh my God, is this my life now? Do I live in constant pain? And it took weeks. But I finally did. It went away and I felt better, but I have been a little bit nervous about picking up the kettlebell since then. And it's also made me wonder if I'm going to continue to do them, maybe hire a trainer or something to just check my form. I always thought my form was good, but maybe just double check. Stuff changes. Your body shifts. You get older, stuff changes. Anyway, I'm going to do one more set of my squat lifts, bicep combination, whatever that is. And then I'm going to go get a cup of tea and make my list for the day. So more soon. All right, more tea. So, sorry, I'm out of breath. Still just the end of, and Toto's playing with a golf ball. You have a golf ball? You dropping it on? We actually live on a golf course, so he constantly has golf balls. I try to keep him away from him because I'm worried that he's going to choke on them. Anyway, tea. So my mother is actually English. She moved to the United States when she was pregnant with me. So I grew up drinking tea from a very young age, very, very young age. So I have thoughts about tea. I have thoughts about the type of tea I drink. I have thoughts about the way it's brewed, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, this is what I drink. I get it here. I get it at the World Market. They sell it. You can also order it online. I'm pretty sure sometimes you can order this on Amazon, but it's a Yorkshire Gold. I like a strong tea. You boil the water in a kettle. I love this. It's a Breville. It kind of matches our espresso maker. But I love this because actually, if you do like other types of teas, this will give you the proper water temperature for all the different type of teas. Anyway, all that to say is I make a pot every morning and I drink about an entire pot of tea every single day. So if my daughter's home, which she is home right now, I will often we will make multiple pots of tea throughout the morning. But this tea was made this morning when I first got up, which was about 5 o'clock, and it's now 8. So it needs a little warming up. So there's that. So get my tea warmed up. I see I've got my planners. Here's Miss Chloe, one of my other dogs. I have 3 dogs and 2 cats. So as I film, one thing I can almost guarantee in my house is that even though I vacuum very frequently and I have a great vacuum that I absolutely love, there's hair just constantly. We just live with dog hair and cat hair, even if you vacuum every single day. Anyway, let's get some planning done. Are you here to help? Are you here to help me? All right, I don't know how great the lighting is in here, but I got my planning done for the day and just kind of blocked out when I want to try to get the writing done. So I have a few other things I have to do. I have to drive out to the airport and pick up. I have a badge, an airport badge that I have to renew every year. And so that is expiring very soon. So I have to go do that. Hello, Miss Bunny. Is that my helper? She loves it whenever I sit at this kitchen table, especially if it's sunny outside and the sun hits the table. And she comes up here and just is, she's not very helpful, she thinks she is, but she likes to rub all over the pen and the paper and everything else. So anyway, she's just one of my cats. My other one, Miss Pepper, she doesn't come downstairs very much. She's kind of like, she loves her cat tree, which is upstairs, and so she spends most of her time on that upstairs. But she'll come snuggle with me if I'm in bed upstairs. But this one's, she's always all over the place and has to be in everyone's business constantly. So it doesn't matter what's going on. Bunny's there. So anyway, I was going to jump in the shower, kind of get ready for the day, but I'm just thinking maybe I'll make some breakfast first. I pretty much eat the same two things every morning. So, but this morning I feel like having some eggs. I like to do them with like those little mini gold potatoes. So I make some of those, fry up some onions and some peppers, and just kind of, sometimes I'll put cheese on it, just have that all mixed together and then call it good for breakfast. And actually sometimes that is so filling that I don't always have lunch if I have that. So anyway, gonna do that and get going with my day. So. Are you sitting in the sunshine? Are you having Okay, so we had breakfast and it was so nice outside, which is crazy because it's what, November 13th today in Colorado. And it was so nice outside that Beth and I sat outside and had breakfast in the backyard, which was enjoyable, but it's also a little bit concerning that it's practically 70 degrees at the end of November in Colorado. But I am now going to make my bed, take a shower, get ready for my day. And I had blocked, let's see, what time is it? Because when I did my planning this morning, I had sort of blocked out the hours from like 10 till 12 to be in my office and writing. But it's like 9:45 right now. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to get showered and ready. It doesn't usually, I mean, I'm kind of low maintenance. So it doesn't usually take me that long, but it definitely takes longer than 15 minutes. So I'll just adjust that maybe like 10:30 to 12:30 and plan on being in my office by then. So let's go get cleaned up. So the bed is made. I got my red light mask taken care of. That's one thing they talk about, like pairing behaviors. I think it was probably James Clear or something like that, and he might have got that from The Power of Habit. Anyway, this idea of like pairing things together so that you're more likely to do them, get them done. And my red light mask, the one that I have, is like, it takes like 3 minutes. And that's about how long it takes me to make the bed. So it's kind of perfect whenever I'm making the bed. I'm like, oh, pop your red light mask on. So I make sure that I get that done every morning. And the other thing I wanted to say about making my bed or making your bed is it's kind of, for me, it's one of those foundational behaviors that if I get that done, like a lot of other things seem to kind of roll from that, like from getting that done. And I just feel like more productive and I have that space. And like, sometimes then I'll, if I have laundry that I need to fold, then I have like the space on the bed to like sit and get it done. But I don't know, there's just something like walking into your own bedroom and like having your bed made that just makes you feel, I know it's such a small thing. And like I said, it takes me 3 minutes to make it, but it feels like you've accomplished something. And I find it also weirdly like very motivating, and kind of helps drive me get a lot more things done with my day. So anyway, if you're not currently making your bed every day, I can't recommend it enough. And there's the elusive Pepper kitty, who's always on her lazy girl pepper tree. She loves it up here. I think she roams around at night is usually when I hear her raving around, and she also comes and sleeps with me, as do the 3 other dogs at night. Don't ask me where I sleep because it's kind of entwined amongst this cat and 3 dogs. Okay, I am showered, my hair is dry. I did a little bit of makeup. I don't tend to do a ton. I actually videoed that, or thought that I did, and then realized that I hadn't turned the camera on. So I did the whole thing and lined it up and could see it in the mirror and everything. And then afterwards I was like, oh, I didn't get any of that. So anyway, so I'm doing something that I typically do, which is get distracted by like little household sort of things I want to get taken care of, because there's just like always this never-ending list of things you want to get done. But I'm actually gonna stop right now because I like tidied up my bathroom. It didn't need like a full clean, but I just like tidied up after I got ready and tidied off my dresser because we recently had like our floor, or we also had, as well as the basement, our floors upstairs redone. And I mean, you can only imagine there's well, my husband's office, our bedroom, another spare bedroom, and the loft, and like just moving all that stuff around and getting it sorted and out of the way while they put the floors in. So it's just kind of taken, like, it feels like forever to kind of get everything placed back. And I had all this stuff like piled up on my dresser. It was just kind of making me nuts. So as I was getting ready, I kind of started doing that. And then I was like, oh, I still have these like 2 baskets of laundry that I had folded yesterday and I haven't put away yet. And I was like, oh, I should do that. And then I hadn't unpacked from my last trip. And I just was like, stop, because this is how the day like gets away from me when I'm trying to write. And I feel like there's definitely like some procrastination, because I'm like a productive procrastinator. Whereas like if I'm like cleaning or tidying or, running errands or this kind of thing, you still feel good because you're getting stuff done, but you're actually not sitting down and getting the writing done. So I recognize that that is absolutely what I was doing. And I had started to go off of my list of things, because I definitely had like some cleaning stuff on my list, but I was starting to kind of do other things as they popped up and I saw them. So I just did those couple little things that they have been kind of getting on my nerves every time I look at them. And I'm going to hold off because that laundry is clean and it's folded. It only needs to be put away. It's going to take me about 20 minutes to do that, but I can do that this evening. And so I feel like right now, like I worked out, I got ready, I tidied up a little bit, made the bed, My daughter actually took Toto for a run because she's training for a marathon. So I'm like, perfect, because he needs a lot of exercise. He's a cattle dog. So he went for a 3-mile run with her. So that's great. I don't have to worry about that. And now is the time for me to actually transition into writing. So it's already way past the time when I was going to get started. It's just after 11:15. And if you remember correctly, I had originally planned on starting at 11, and then that got pushed to, at 10, and that got pushed to 10:30 when I realized how the morning was kind of slipping away. And now, of course, it has slipped away even more. And so this happens, and like, I think the key is just to like realize that that's what you're doing and stop. And like, I can always come back. I mean, my house is never going to be absolutely perfect. I would love for that to be the case, but it's never going to be perfect. And so I just have to kind of do enough to kind of keep it where it's like comfortable and livable and not distracting. Because I also I don't thrive in chaos. I can't deal with like a super messy house all the time type of stuff like that. That just makes me nuts. But it's reasonable, and so I'm like at a place where I can step away and I can take care of putting that laundry away later. It's fine. But the other thing I'm realizing is that I love that my daughter is home, and I've missed her so much while she's been down in Arizona. But she is downstairs watching a show right now, and my office is also on that main floor. So, and I could just put my noise canceling headphones on, but sometimes it's just like an energy in the house or like a vibe. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack up a tote bag with my computer and my noise canceling headphones, and I'm going to head out to a coffee shop and get some writing done today. Yes, and I'm going to take everything that I need with me, because the other thing is I have somewhere I need to be at 2:50. I have to pick up a new ID badge, airport ID badge. So instead of having to come back to the house after that, I think I'm just going to pack up everything I need, take it all with me, go to the coffee shop, get some writing done, and then I can just go straight from there to the airport badging office. So that's the new plan. I'm going to get packed up, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I think I am finally ready to go. It's kind of amazing how much stuff you have to pack up. I mean, you probably don't have to. You could probably just take your laptop and a pair of headphones and be perfectly fine. But I like to have all my things, especially if I'm going to be kind of like camping out somewhere for a couple hours. Plus, I wanted to be ready to head straight out to the airport when I was done, so I could pick up my badge. Anyway, I think I have everything I could possibly need. I am gonna go get in the car and get some writing done. Okay, so I am at the coffee shop. It doesn't look too busy, so hopefully that's a good thing, and it stays that way. I just realized as I was packing up my computer that because I had taken it on my last trip with me, when I got back to my office, I didn't plug it in. So it has almost no battery. So I'm gonna have to go in there and like search around for a table that's next to a plug. And if there's anybody else working in there, oftentimes they have commandeered those spots before I could get to them. So anyway, fingers crossed I can figure that part out. I also just like on my drive over here, it's only a couple miles, so it's not really enough time to sort of like get in the headspace of writing. But after running around all morning, which was great, I feel like really productive. And it's also the danger of when you're trying to write, because it's that I feel like I've been getting so much accomplished, but like zero of it has been any writing, not even thinking about writing. Like you can't even do the whole like, oh, I was planning my book or any of that kind of stuff that sometimes can make you, it's contributing to the writing. It's like, no, I was taking care of myself and my house, which are huge priorities for me, to be quite honest. But like I had said earlier, I can just sort of roll away with that all day long and just do one task after another and never actually sit down and get to the writing at all. So I think it was good to transition out of the house and into a different space. And I'm gonna go get in line. I'm gonna take some deep breaths. I'm gonna order I'll probably get a coffee, maybe a latte or a cappuccino, and then just kind of get myself geared up to sit down and focus on the writing. And actually, like, once I sit down and I get my noise canceling headphones on and I turn on Endel, which is the app that I use when I really need to kind of some help getting dialed in and focused. I use Endel. I'll put a link to that app in the description below, but I love it. And I use their focus feature all the time when I'm trying to write. And I find it has been the fastest thing I have found to kind of help me transition when I'm like really just been kind of busy and scattered and I feel like my brain is sort of like in a million different places. If I put my headphones on with that app and in the focus mode, within probably 5 minutes or less, I just find that I'm able to kind of like settle down and really concentrate on whatever it is I'm working on. So I'm going to go in and do that and just get started, and now start thinking about transitioning out of running around crazy Rebecca into sit down, focused, creative Rebecca mode. So let's go ahead inside. Okay, so I just left probably one of my favorite little coffee shops and got some writing done, which was lovely. I got just over about 1,200 words, so that was nice. And I even took a little break in between. I did sort of 2 different writing sessions. I usually find I can write about 500 to 600 words at a time before it just feels like kind of a natural stopping point for me. So I sat and watched a short little YouTube video, nothing too long or crazy, in between, just to kind of reward myself, and then jumped back in. And it was a good place to switch, because with this book, it's my 11th book, and the title of this one is Her Name Was Lola. And if you're new to my channel, I write domestic suspense thrillers. And in this particular book, I'm doing something a little different. It's a dual point of view, and one of the points of view is actually my bad guy, and I tell him I write him in first person. So it's kind of interesting, because I find when I write his scenes, because he's really kind of just an awful person, it's a little draining after I do it. And then, when I switch from his perspective and then, over to Lola's, it can take me a minute to kind of, put him back on the mental shelf, so to speak, and then get back into Lola's head. And weirdly enough, I'm telling her chapters in third person. So he's in first person, I, and she's in third, Lola this, Lola that. And so, and it wasn't necessarily a conscious choice, I suppose. It was just sort of that's the way their stories kind of came to me. And I will be honest with you, I have no idea if it's actually working or not. And then for a while, actually, probably about the 30,000 word mark, I was well, maybe the whole thing should be in first person. So I have several chapters of several Lola chapters where I switched and had her in first person, and I didn't think for some reason her story was working in first person. And so then I went back to doing hers in third person, and Adam's, I kept his in first person. So I don't know. We'll see. A lot of times, I feel like I write these books, and then I get to the end, and then I kind of figure out does this work? What needs to change? And kind of handle that in the editing process. Now, of course, if I have to go back and change an entire point of view, from first to third or third to first or whatever, that's obviously going to be a lot more heavy lifting with regards to my editing on the back end. And so I guess I'm fingers crossed that this actually does play out and is working. And the problem is I need a little distance from the work before I can really know for sure and wrap my head around whether or not it's gonna stay that way or not. And I will probably, and I always have at least, a few other people read it and get their feedback and let me know, what do they think? Is it working? Is it too jarring, switching back and forth? I don't know. Time will tell. But it definitely does not help with any kind of my anxiety levels, knowing that I set this pre-order date for January 27th, and I'm still working on drafting the manuscript at this point. But anyway, these are worries for another day. Right now, and just sort of every day coming up, I just need to, do the best I can to show up for my writing and try to stay consistent and get the words in, and just trust that the story is coming together as it always does. It always does. I feel like you kind of get to this wobbly, just past the mid part, you're sort of ugh, what is it? Is it working? And then I don't, it almost sometimes feels like magic. You get to the end and you have an idea, and everything just kind of, it all shores up, and it all kind of comes together, and it all ends up working out. Or sometimes you have these epiphanies during the editing process, and that comes together then. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. I just keep showing up for the story and the work and the voices, as they come to me, and trust that it will come together in the end. And it will come together in the end. But anyway, right now I need to zip out to the airport and get my badge renewed. So I'm leaving my lovely little coffee shop. I love this place. It's so cute. And just has like the best energy and vibes, and other people always are in there like working. But today wasn't too crowded. It was kind of nice. I had, a lot of it to myself. So, but head out to the airport, new ID, and then I'm going to go home, and I think I'll wait till I get home to sort of assess, like, do I want to try to do some more writing today? I kind of do. I want to try to get some more writing in, but also just kind of see what my daughter's up to and how she's feeling. And, by then it'll probably be time to think about what we're going to do for dinner. But anyway, more. Okay, it's almost 5:45. It is so dark outside. Honestly, it just makes me like, I was talking to my husband on the phone. He's got a work dinner this evening, so he's going to be downtown for a couple more hours. But I was talking to him on the phone, and I was like, oh my gosh, like all I want to do is just like put my pajamas on and go to bed. And he's like, same. There's just something about it getting this dark. Sorry, I'll push these up. They're so glary. Something about it getting this dark this early, and I just like want to curl up and get into bed. Plus, I had a pretty busy day. I actually like closed out all my rings today. I should check and see how many steps I got, because I got quite a few steps, as well as my longer workout this morning. So that's all good. It's good. It's probably a good reason. It's a good reason to feel tired if my body actually was like moving and doing stuff today. Plus, I got 1,200 words written while I was at the cafe, and I got my badge taken care of. So that was all good. I was thinking I was going to maybe write for a little bit in my office, but my daughter is also going out this evening, and she's downstairs getting ready and kind of milling about or whatever. So I think what I'll do instead is write up here. I have this little lap desk, and I think I'll just kind of get situated up here in bed. Now, the danger of that, of course, is when I'm already feeling a little bit sleepy, even though it is so early. It's ridiculous. I can't go to bed at 6 o'clock in the evening, but already feeling kind of sleepy. And so getting into bed is maybe not the best idea, but I'm going to give it a try and see if I can just get, it'd be nice if I could just get up to 2,000 words for the day. I think I'd be pretty happy with that and feel fairly accomplished with getting the writing done and moving along in this manuscript, which of course is making me have just a little bit of anxiety about getting it done on time for my pre-order. So anyway, I am going to go curl up in bed, not too much. I'm not going to get in the covers. I'm not going to put my pajamas on. I'm just going to sit up and see if I can get some more writing done. So I've moved back into the point of view of Lola, which is just a little, she's also in a really precarious situation. So I think I've just been kind of writing through this like kind of dark part of the book. And I know that we love to read about these characters in peril and things happening to them, but I don't know, does anyone ever really kind of talk about like, I think it can be a little draining also to write about them in these situations, because of course, like, they have to go through it before they can come out the other side and, everything be well. But I think when you're actually writing those scenes, they can be a bit heavy and can kind of weigh on you. So maybe that's also why I'm feeling a little tired. The stuff I was writing earlier today was pretty dark. So anyway, I'm going to pop back into it, and I'll film a little bit of me writing. And I don't know if I'll do a final sign off after that. I might just kind of like close out with me getting those words in for the rest of the night, and then change into my pajamas and call it an end to this vlog. But I hope you enjoyed this, kind of a day in the life with me. If you'd like to see more of these, let me know in the comments. They're pretty fun to film. But I do have to kind of like think about, like, I have to remember to pick up the camera throughout the day and say, oh, now I'm doing this and I'm moving on to that. So, but yeah, if you like these, let me know. And if there's anything else you would like to see about either my writing process or the books that I work on, or, you know, my planning, productivity, any and all of that, just let me know. I will be doing, coming up pretty soon, a plan with me, like kind of a setup for December. And I'll flip through the current bullet journal that I'm in, and also the setup. I'll share the setup with you that I have in my A5 rings, and explain a little bit more about how I'm using both of those planners, and if I'm going to be doing anything to change that up for 2026. So I won't be doing like a big, you know, what is my planner situation for 2026, probably until like halfway through December, and I'll be talking about like what my plans are and how I'm going to be keeping track of everything and what planners I'll be using, but that won't be till mid-December. So anyway, that's what's to come. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope that you will subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks for spending the day with me, and have a great one. Happy writing.